this is Chris. In part 1 of stencil tags, I made this tag with my first initial on it. And it was made from these kinds of paperboard stencils that you can get at the office supply store. This is what they look like. They come folded like this. And you just take the center out and you can use them for all kinds of crafts. So today for part 2, I'm going to use these paper stencils. These are by Faber Castell. I have had these a few years, maybe 2 years ago I got them. There's 20 stencils. They have these different sayings on them, faith sayings. But what I like about these is that they're long and narrow, so you could make long tags out of these. I've used this one as a stencil. I might save that. Let's see. So I'm thinking, I kind of like, what is it, stained glass one. So what I want to do is paste this on here. What I could do is make my own colors. I could put this on here and I could just like randomly draw different colors. But I only have one stencil, so I'm not sure what I'll do with it. So I have to decide what part of the marble paper looks best. I don't really want to take something out of the middle and kind of ruin the whole sheet. But I think they're all about the same. So I'm going to mark it. First I'm going to trim the perforations off of this. Let's see how big this is. I think I'm going to make it 3 inches. So I'm going to cut this to 3 1/4. And I'm going to cut this to 3. Looks like about even centered. And I'll cut this. So it's 3 inches and it's 6 1/2. 3 inches by 6 1/2. I'm going to cut this scrap cardstock that I got when I bought a summer dress. It's gray on one side and a kind of a shiny white on the other. What'd I say, 6 1/2? we go. So I have 3 pieces, and I'm going to put some ink on this. So I have this color block called Mudslide. So darkening up the inside edges gives it a little bit of contrast, like in a stained glass window that has the leaded edges. But now this is a little bit too bright for me, so I'm just going to just give it a light brush. I'm going to find some journaling paper to put on the back. I have some more of this that I used in the last episode in part 1. I think I'll use some of that. Let me see if there's something. Well, this is interesting. This has some summary and date on it. I can see that it's a little bit wider on this side than this side. So I'm going to take my centering ruler and I'm going to center it on these lines here. And so I see that it's just shy of 1.5. So it needs a fraction taken off there. We'll see how this does with all those layers. going to corner chomp it. Do I want the small chomp or the large chomp? That looks good. And there we have a little journaling card. We can continue to embellish it. See where we go. I've cleaned off my desk and now I'm going to look for some embellishments. This is my grandfather's old shaving box. There's a picture of him inside when he was in the army. And I have some bits of lace. I have some muslin. We'll look in my grandmother's stamp album again for another stamp. This was actually her first album, so these stamps are, some of them are pretty old. She had also those larger, at least two of those larger stamp albums, so I have plenty of stamps. I might need to start sharing them. This is a little magazine that was published by a friend of the family in the 60s. And he had a business helping Chinese businessmen translate to English. And he used American cartoons as his examples. But there's lots of text in here. I have no idea what it says, but it was his business, so I'm sure it's family friendly. And I'll just tear some bits of that. Well, I thought I was finished with this, and then I remembered that I forgot to do the rubber stamping. So I have these two stamps that I used on tag number 1, and I'm going to use them again. Okay, now it's done, and I think that makes a really nice tag. It's very interesting. It's got 3 dimensions. Here there's the layer of the blue, the layer of the stencil card, the layer of the embellishments on top, and that's made from the Faber Castell Paper Board Stencils. There's 20 in a pack. You could use them for all kinds of things, just besides stenciling. So that's number 2 in the stencil tag series. Here's number 1, and here's number 2. I'll turn them over. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned. I have some more stencils I'm going to try, some different brands. They're all paper or cardstock stencils. And so stay tuned for some more in this series. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.